But I'll start the forecast where it certainly isn't particularly warm at the moment, and that's much of Scotland, where the showers over the past few hours have got rather heavy. In fact, I've seen a report of thunder not far away from Dundee. But the dividing line of the different types of weather is further south, stretching roughly from Middlesbrough through Greater Manchester, through Wales, and across in towards Ireland. It's actually following a line of an old frontal system. You can see it fairly obviously on this larger picture. It stretches out into the Atlantic round this deepening low pressure, which will actually not move very far for the next few days. Now, it's a warm front, so it should bring warm air. That's what we were hoping, but it's brought very cloudy air, hence the lack of a decent rise in temperatures. But it's not universally cloudy. There are holes in it. You can see Pevensey Bay, for example. You can also see much of southwestern Scotland and much of Northern Ireland as well. Well, tonight that band of rain will drift a little bit further north. It'll be cloudy for most of the country. The breaks, they will allow mist and fog in southern England, and I think the breaks up here will allow a touch of frost around Scotland, otherwise 4s and 5s. Now, throughout Thursday, that band of rain will be, well, rather vague, but somewhere through southern Scotland, northern England and North Wales. It might brighten up again, as it has done today in places, to the east of high ground, quite likely. There'll be some showers in that as well. To the south, let's hope for a brighter start. Maybe we can assume some more sunshine after the mist and fog has cleared a little bit. But there'll be showers almost anywhere. Very, very small chance of thunder. A mild day, probably a little bit more mild than today, but also fairly humid, fairly close. A bright start for much of northern Scotland, but to the north of that it's still going to be cold, fairly windy. There'll be sleet increasingly as the afternoon goes on for the higher mountains. And that cold and windy weather will try and push its way down into the evening into central parts of Scotland at least. Temperatures reflect average, but a bit lower than average in the north and higher than average further south. Well, there is Thursday's chart. Compare that with Friday. We bring the rain a little bit further north, increase the winds a little bit, so the rain drifts northwards. Generally then this is going to be fairly mild but rather showery. As far as the early part of the weekend is concerned, the low deepens, swings cooler and fresher air through, but generally still fairly mild in the south, and sunshine showers everywhere.